YouTube has been in a bit of an uproar, and no, I'm not talking about Jeremy from the Quartering. There are other content creators out there who have covered that upheaval very well indeed. No, I am discussing the mass wave of demonetization that has been happening since I've been away. By the way, I'm back. Hello and welcome back to Chat About It, Don't Shout About It with me, Rachel, the Queen of the Woke, as crowned by one of my haters.
Crown you Queen of the Woke!
Let's chat about it. This is the only video that I'm doing this week. I do apologise, but you may have noticed that I haven't done a Doctor Who Sunday video for a few weeks. The reason why is because I pulled the third Jodie Whittaker video that I had lined up for you. This is all to do with the mass wave of the demonetisation. The videos themselves have as of yet not yet been demonetized, nor has this channel, but there's been a mass crackdown, and I'm calling it before they even try it. You never know, they may even try it on the old videos, but who knows. So please stick around until the end so that you can hear my proposals. Last year in 2025, after I started my Doctor Who Sunday reviews, naturally, of course, YouTube introduced new guidelines as part of the YouTube partnership program. Now, one of these guidelines mentions slideshows, and you all know that I do a slideshow. If you watch the video, if you listen to it as a podcast, you won't know, but that's what happens. But the critique of Doctor Who changes every single week depending on what I'm covering. Now, I always considered my slideshow review to be more transformative. So in other words, it's not like how it's described in here, right? So this is one of the guidelines: image slideshows or scrolling text with minimal or no narrative, commentary, or educational value. If you do a slideshow like that, that goes against their guidelines. So now that doesn't sound very extreme, but seeing as what YouTube is up to and the fact that their AI is running rampant, it isn't worth the risk. I am better off changing the format, even though they don't like that either, before anything happens. It's not just that though. I primarily run as an entertainment media independent news channel, and I focus on various aspects of that with variations, but the growth of the channel has been quite stunted recently. A fair whap of that is me. I've worked a lot of overtime, I had a small operation, and I went away on holiday, resulting in fewer videos and not always being up to the standard that I want them to be. There were things that also happened to this channel as well. It got shadow banned. I had a video demonetized and then remonetized, if that's even a word. I don't know, months after the demonetization of it. And it was around November, December time last year that I got hit with a violation notice, which I had to appeal, and I won. Now, all of these things happened on news content, right? All of the things that happened specifically on news content. And in many respects, my news content hasn't been doing as well as it used to. And this is because I believe there has been a rise on focusing on the main news channels in YouTube. So they are officially taking, in my opinion, the U out of YouTube. So Aydin Paladin on X wrote, YouTube has denied my appeal for the Broken Crown channel with the same boilerplate AI response they are sending to everyone. I'm guessing this is because it's a politics channel and apparently news is no longer monetizable. So Aydin, who also believes the same as me, Aydin also included this screenshot, which I've redacted slightly in line with the YouTube policies because there is an email address featured in this video. So it talks about the monetization, and it's given some example guidelines: content that exclusively features readings of other materials you did not originally create, like text from websites or news feeds. Right? Like technically that could actually flag this channel in many respects, even though I don't like read right through or whatever. I do offer critique depending on how I present it. But I do offer critique. What am I talking about? That's a load of nonsense. But anyway, continuing on. Songs you did not originally create, which have been modified to change the pitch or speed, but otherwise identical to the original song, which obviously there are a lot of people who like to do cover songs on YouTube, so they're possibly going to get hit as well. Highly repetitive content with minimal variation across videos, which is a completely ironic statement because YouTube hates variation. Right? Mass produced or content using similar templates across multiple videos. You have to have an established template on YouTube in order to be able to run properly. But according to this, we need variation, which is completely contradictory to the statement above. And then obviously we have the bit about image slideshows, which I read to you earlier. Sometimes I wonder when they introduce these policies. I'm pretty sure that they introduced the slideshow one in 2025. Do you know what? I may even got that wrong now. They update them so frequently that I forget when they are released. In a strange, bizarre circumstance, I feel like these policies, for example, my channel uses sources from elsewhere, but it really could fall under this and under these particular policies. Ironically, with this video, right? Ironic, right? However, I'm trying to make it as transformative as I possibly can. I try not to just do plain readings of the materials. I always try and offer additional stuff. I did notice that some creators, though, not all, have changed how they present the news recently. It's not just Aiden, though. Chilling Tales for a Dark Night also got hit with demonetization, right? So it says here that their channel remains ineligible for monetization and they got flagged with confirmed inauthentic content. I did take a look at their channel and they've been going for about 12 years with the same format. YouTube, I said it already, but I'm going to say it again. YouTube hates variation, yet it says here that there's little to no variation. YouTube, make that make sense. I did check one of their videos and it would appear that they have 1 to 2 images in each video, but the voiceover that is done is a chilling tale, a scary story of some description, and it changes with each video. It functions like an audiobook, but in video format, right? Now, Anime Versus, and I think Chilling Tales have done an update, but I'm not entirely sure what that was because I came home and recorded. So I will check to see what the updates are in a later video. Anime Versus has said, YouTube demonetized my 440k plus channel and took $2,000. Skull. Reason, inauthentic content. But here's the funny part. Every video I make takes days. I know how that feels. A lot of the videos that I make also take several days to do. Editing, scripting, pacing, visuals, all done by me. The only thing AI does is voice narration. So let me get this straight. My content is inauthentic, but ads are still running on it. So it's fake, but still profitable. Make it make sense at Team YouTube. Don't bother sending me another copy-paste reply. Just let a real human review my channel once, because the second someone actually looks at it, this decision falls apart. I would happen to agree. So they got hit with the same policy that Chilling Tales got hit with. This is because YouTube monetizes off every single video. If they demonetize your channel, it doesn't matter in that sense. For them, in that regard, they still will cut the cash off your channel, right? So they will make the money, but you don't. They're a business. That's what they set out to do. But ironically, the majority of YouTubers, content creators, are there to make money. They even do it to tiny creators as well. Creators smaller than myself with putting the ads on. Channels that are not monetized. If viewers send a super chat or a thanks, then they take a certain percentage of that as well. I think it's 30%, but I never worry too much about super chats or thanks. If I decided to do memberships, which I haven't, then that is also what they would do as well. Now, Anime Versus has mentioned that they were given monetization status back. I did see that update yesterday. However, the initial demonetization will have had an impact on their channel, and that's not great, and it's not fair. Nina Infinity says YouTube demonetization of human creators is once again trending. It's because of all of you. Keep retweeting creators that have been caught in this awful AI loop by YouTube. YouTube creators at Team YouTube need to acknowledge this massive problem with their AI. And I agree with this statement. Their biggest problem is the AI. The AI has the power to demonetize and close channels. That shouldn't happen. The AI needs to be used as a tool to filter the channels through and videos that need to be submitted for human review. AI should have no control whatsoever over any of the decisions. Right? So I got hit with that content violation thing last year. That was AI. I had to have human review in order to be able to get a full status back again onto my channel. YouTube also uses AI to send out responses to appeals. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. YouTube demonetizes creators for inauthentic content in AI crackdowns. So Nina Infinity, I think it was Nina Infinity now, she used Grok, and ironically, let's read what Grok had to say about it. YouTube's updated policies target mass-produced or repetitive inauthentic content hitting diverse channels like hand-animated monkey economics VTuber Cinevera, I think that's how I say it, and even dormant live streams with faulty AI flags. Creators report denied appeals, layoffs looming, and frustration over automated systems mislabeling human work, such as consistent podcasts or gameplay footage, despite YouTube's mix of AI and human review. While aimed at low-effort AI slop, the enforcement has suspended channels with millions of views, prompting advice to diversify to Patreon or platforms like Kick amid calls for more human oversight. So yes, it is now mass demonetization once again. Now that I've acknowledged that there is a possibility that YouTube, and it's just a possibility, and I'm being realistic, I'm not trying to fearmonger or anything like that. There's a possibility that YouTube will flag my channel with the AI. It may happen. So, change is afoot. I don't know how well it will go, but I do plan on some evergreen content. I have something in mind. However, I'm not going to discuss that one right now because I've no idea how I'm going to do it. I really don't. But the first thing that will be changed is Doctor Who Sunday. There's still going to be Doctor Who Sunday, so that's good news. I'd like to confirm that. The format is going to be changed. It's something that I've been thinking about for a while anyway, because I'm thinking I might have some different opening titles for Doctor Who Sunday just to differentiate it a little bit. It's, it's all work in progress. However, due to the format change, it will add a significant amount of time to the work that I put in on this channel if I was to keep everything else the same. I will work out how long that changes before making the other changes, though. The second change that I am thinking about is changing the format of the news content that I do. The news content isn't going to go away either, because it's the bread and butter of the channel with the quirk of Doctor Who. However, I'm debating with myself, and I'm currently losing right now, if that's even possible. Do I do one main video podcast that covers the news for the week in one go with a new style, or do I take one thing and do more in-depth analysis than what I do already with that said same new style that I'm thinking about? By new style, I mean slight changes to the presentation, but mainly the editing format. Who knows, really? With Doctor Who, it is going to be mostly the editing format that will change. Not too sure what's going to happen with the news content yet. This may also see reduction in the output, which is completely fine in many respects. YouTube may not like those changes though, and well, YouTube can just have to suck it up in that sense, really, I think. Because, you know, I need to do what is right for the channel. If YouTube are doing all of these things, if the AI is running rampant and damage is being caused to big and small content creators, monetized, not monetized, then, you know, the integrity of the channel is the most important thing. So I want to keep it there. And obviously I want to keep my subscribers. I don't want to lose my subscribers and my supporters who have been here. A lot of you have been here since the very beginning, you know. So you mean a lot to me. So I can't afford to have YouTube's AI bug this up. So change is afoot and it will happen. So Doctor Who Sunday won't be happening tomorrow. It may be a couple of weeks until it happens again. The polls will go live and all of that. The opening and closing titles will stay the same for the well, as I mentioned, Doctor Who Sunday, but they'll definitely stay the same for the news content. And like I say, the frequency of the posts on the community page, or post page as it's now called, won't change. The overall theme of the channel is not going to be changed either. That would be detrimental. It will stay in the remit of entertainment and Doctor Who. Please let me know what you think about my suggestions in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I shall be back next week. Chat about it, don't shout about it. Bye bye. Thank you for watching today. Don't forget you can join me on my other platforms as well. I've got YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, X, TikTok, Instagram, Locals, Substack, and I also have a Discord. Everything is linked below.